Hey guys, how you all doing? BionicleSaurus here, and in this video we are going to be taking a look at the new for 2017 Safari Limited Feathered Velociraptor. So right off the bat, I have to comment on the amazing accuracy. That is really the big, groundbreaking part of this figure, the main attraction, the main feature of this model. That's what makes it so special. That's what makes it stand out, is that this is the first Velociraptor figure ever with flawless accuracy. For our current knowledge, of course. In the future, things will change. They of course will, they always will. But for now, for 2017, this is genuinely like a 100% accurate depiction of Velociraptor in toy form. And that is truly incredible. That is monumental. So everybody just take a moment to process that information and just really think about what a momentous occasion this is. Now first off, I'd just like to talk a little bit about some of the parts of this figure that are done very well, very accurately, that usually aren't on figures, because there's a lot of things that are almost always gotten wrong. Almost always are reconstructed incorrect, but they got them right on this model. The first thing that really stands out to me as far as that type of stuff goes are the wings. They are actually wings. So often, Dromaeosaur figures, I say so often, literally always the wings are gotten wrong. This is like the first figure I've ever seen of Velociraptor specifically, and more generally, a larger Dromaeosaurid, where the wings are actually very, very well done. Because it has a full, perfect, beautiful set of both secondary and primary feathers. It's the perfect shape. The primaries are coming off of the second finger like they should. That just looks incredible. Let us just zoom in here to get a better look at the detail of this model. Look at that head sculpt. It is a perfect Velociraptor head, skull, shape. The eye is a little bit lazy on this side on mine. It's kind of looking, a little bit back, whereas the eye here is a bit more focused and actually looking forward. And also a little bit of the pink paint on the gums actually came down onto the teeth on the upper jaw on this side, but that's like just a couple tiny paint flaws, and those are the only ones. Sometimes you'll get really annoying stuff like a smeared ear hole or nostril or an eye that looks really, really goofy, but here they did it very, very well, and it's pretty impressive just how fine all the details are. I mean, we have the individually sculpted feathers, individually sculpted scales, and individually sculpted teeth. All 3 points have been hit right on the head of the nail. One of the things that I've loved since the start, that I've continued to love about this figure ever since the first images were released, is the coloration. The orange, of course, is beautiful, and all these little dots, the stripes on the neck, that is all very, very good. But what I really love is the green of the scaly parts, because I love the almost symbolic contrast of very nice, colorful brown and orange feathers and then green scaly bits. The snout and the hands and the feet, you can really see it well on the feet, are all green. A very classic dinosaur color, a very stereotypic reptilian color. And it's so neat to see that contrast. Again, it's almost symbolic of like, here's green reptilian gross scales and then very flamboyant natural looking feathers. Here is an even closer look at that amazing feather detailing. This is truly the best feather texturing I've ever seen on a figure. I mean, look at that. That is absolutely incredible. Now, one thing I'm not quite sure about is the pose. I think it looks really good. I love this really long stride that the animal has. Like, it looks like this Velociraptor is actually maybe stalking its prey and is going at a fairly brisk pace, just because, I mean, this one foot is way back here and the other is way up here. And I think that looks really, really nice. What I'm not so sure about is that this figure actually has 4 points of contact to the ground. Both wingtips and both feet, of course. Now, for me personally, I mean, this is just about the only flaw I can find on the figure. I'm kind of reaching here. It's a nitpick, it is. But I know for some people that could be very, very annoying. It's definitely not ideal. So before we end out the video, I of course need to bring in some size comparisons. So as usual, we will start with the relatable figure, the Papo Allosaurus. As you can see, The new Velociraptor from Safari is not a huge figure, but it is decent sized. You know, it's not like a tiny little raptor. It's not really going to scale that well with most other figures. I'm not sure if it's probably around maybe 1/15 scale. I don't know, maybe closer to 1/10 scale. I'm not really that good at that sort of stuff, so I'm really not sure. But, you know, it's not tiny. It's definitely oversized compared to most other Safari figures and dinosaur figures in general. But it really needs to be, and because of its slightly, you know, larger size, they were able to pack in all the detail that they did. So in my eyes, I think it's worth it. Here it is next to the Safari Tyrannus. This is really where the slight oversizing is definitely a lot more visible, and, well, to be frank, it's more than slight. It's a lot of oversizing. This figure is basically the same size as the 30-foot Tyrannus. And finally, we have here the older Safari Limited Velociraptor. This is not the original. I don't have the original mold. This is the slightly updated version, but it's still much, much worse than the new one. The new one is just inarguably an improvement on almost every level, especially accuracy, but quality and detail as well. I mean, this is just a striking amount of improvement. So in conclusion, this is a truly incredible and monumental figure from Safari Limited. They did an amazing job. They knocked it out of the park. This is a 100% accurate Velociraptor figure, and it is gorgeous as well. I give it an A+, no question about it. Thank you for watching, and BionicleSaurus signing out.